Tana, man, did you tell him about the live show we have coming up April 13th? It's a Saturday. Matchbox 1 Loudon, the Santana Moss Show live, baby, from 1 to 3 p.m.
In my neck of the woods, so come one, come all, and you'll see me and my dog ball.
Can't wait. Keep watching the podcast every week like you always do for more details.
And we'll see you there.
All right, Tana, let's tell them about our game day BOGO deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's your line. I'll read it, I guess. Paisanos is bringing it big time every Sunday. Go ahead, Tana. Tana, that's your... You can buy any large pizza and get a second pizza for free. Tell them, Tana. Use the online code BOGO Pizza on the app or online. And then what can they do with the second pizza, Tana? Second pizza's free with equal or lesser value. I'm going to eat. I don't care. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I'm so all over myself.
It's a Santana Moss Show. Number 89. Hustle all the time. Travis on the right. Hot mic on the left. Every single
We didn't warn you we have a theme song.
That's Shy Glizzy.
Everyone who's a guest here is always guessing who this artist is right here.
But he's hot.
He is hot. This needs to be on iTunes, right? It was Santana actually rapping that.
I thought it was Shy.
I wish.
I thought it was Shy Glizzy.
It's not me, but somebody gave me a nice theme song.
Yes.
And we definitely need it on iTunes.
We appreciate that theme song.
That's all right.
No doubt. I'm bringing ringtones back. I'm going to make it my ringtone. I'm bringing that back. It's Santana Moss Show podcast. Travis Thomas, Santana Moss, and a very special guest.
No doubt.
Erik Moses. Now, Tana, you know it's important when I had to write down a title because it's lengthy. Senior VP and Managing Director of Events DC. So there's an Overwatch tournament you guys are quarterbacking here, right? I'm new to the esports world, but it's a big world, Erik.
It's a huge world.
Where does this world come from? Because I'm sitting here listening to, and reading up about it like a couple of years ago. I would have never known this thing exists.
Yeah.
You know what the short answer on that is? There are more people out there who can be very, very good, even professional esports players that can do what you did.
Wow.
And that means that you literally have billions of people in a potential fan base because guys watch somebody playing League of Legends or Overwatch or Madden or 2K Live and they go, I can do that. Like my kids play Fortnite all the time.
Yeah, mine too.
And not that they're going to beat Ninja or any of the best players, but if you practice enough, you can get there. None of us can run a 4.2. I can't be 6'8", 270 pounds like LeBron. And I think that's why you've seen this explosion. And it's an international sport, and you can play against people all over the world from the comfort of your own home.
And that's different because, you think about it, and he just said something that really hit home with me. He said there's more guys that can do what that's been displayed on esports than what I did, as a professional player or football player. My sons, and both of them done it, but my youngest right now, Savion, I find it crazy because I remember I was just being home and we didn't allow him to play the game.
Right.
And late night I hear the game being played. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, I know I just told this joker don't play this game. I go in there and he's watching someone on the TV play the game. And I was like, I thought I told you not to play Fortnite tonight. That I'm not playing, I'm watching. So I'm sitting here saying now, I tell him and my oldest, like, look, if y'all watch football itself or whatever sport you're trying to play itself, you can get the same notes in the same game and be able to put it with your game. That's what I did. I was one of those guys that, I tell folks to this day that I wasn't just a guy that went out there and played. I watched my peers. I watched guys who I looked up to, before me, and I took a little bit and put it with me, and made it mine. And so now I'm seeing these guys, my kids, watching video gamers. Yeah. And that's why I say when I read up about esports, I'm sitting here like, well, wow, this is what my kids have been doing the whole entire time. They sitting there watching these guys go to war on Fortnite and talking about this guy who's supposed to be the Fortnite king and all this stuff. And I'm sitting here, I'm not in that world, so I'm lost when it comes down to it. But to sit up there and sit and read about it, that's professional players.
Yeah.
I was all.
They're making real money too, bro.
Crazy.
They're making real money. So you can't get mad at your kids now. They're studying their craft.
I don't know if they're going to make some real money playing
film work.
You don't know.
Doing film work, man.
You don't know.
You never know.
Send them to Events DC. They might be the next thing.
Doing film work.
You never know.
Film work. Look, if somebody would pay you to see you run routes and catch balls in practice and pay to subscribe to your YouTube channel, imagine that. And that's what's happening in esports. And, you know, we're happy to be able to support the Washington Justice, which is the new Overwatch team that belongs to DC. Overwatch is the only esport that is going to a traditional sports model where the teams will play in home venues in cities.
Okay.
Because I didn't mean to cut you off. How is these teams formed?
So you have owners that go out and find the best players in the world and try to sign them on their team.
Best gamers.
The best gamers. A lot of them come from Asia and Europe, but we've got a lot in the U.S. as well. And right now they're playing at Blizzard
How do they get their scouting
Burbank.
report? You know, I'm just curious. Like, how do you find out who's the best gamers? Like, what kind of scouting report you follow, or do you have to actually see these guys play live, or what is it? You know,
it's a whole ecosystem. It's a great question. There's a whole ecosystem. One of the easiest ways is, frankly, just like your kids are playing Fortnite, you can see who the better players are, because they usually have their own streaming services and
on
channels,
and
you
like
can
that,
see.
right.
Like, that's how Ninja got to be the biggest and best known.
That's the name that my son talks about.
That's who he's watching.
Dude's got Visa commercials. He just did a Super Bowl ad.
Damn.
He got Red Bull signed him as an endorser.
Crazy.
I mean, these guys are making millions of dollars in some instances.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that's awesome, though.
Did I miss my calling?
I know. I heard it's
all
going to
those
be.
years of playing Mario Brothers, I didn't get. They didn't add up all the stuff. My stats.
They're considering making this an Olympic sport. I swear to God, I
couldn't have been a Donkey Kong
Man,
champ.
I was the Mario champ, man. You hear me? I raced home from school to play Mario Brothers. My mom used to kick my behind. Boy, you didn't do that homework. I'm sitting there. I got to stage 8. Boy. Hey. I miss the old days with the Pro Bowl being after the championship game, Super Bowl.
After Super Bowl.
I miss it because it was always in Hawaii, you know, and you know, even if you wasn't playing it gives those guys that end up making it to the Super Bowl.
It's like a reward.
Reward saying, hey, I'm a Pro Bowler also.
No doubt.
You know, and it also gives you something to look forward to, just seeing all those guys that made it regardless of the fact, you know,
it extends the season.
Extends the season a little
one
more.
extra week.
I'm okay with this week being a down week because those guys need to, you know, you're going to hear all the news and all the hoopla about getting ready for the Super Bowl anyway.
Yes.
I hate the fact that they moved it to the game before the Super Bowl. I hate the fact that they moved it to going to local city or states, you know, in the United States. I mean, I know Hawaii is part of it too, but keep it in Hawaii. You know, I'm not cool with seeing it in Miami.
It made it more special
Orlando,
in Hawaii, right?
Made it something worthwhile, you know what I mean? And it also gave those guys out there who appreciate our game and who mean so much to our game now, because you see a lot of the talent coming from out there.
Yeah.
It gave them something to look forward to. I miss those days, even though I only had one experience, but still, as a player, you knew that, you know, hey, I got a chance to go to Hawaii. I'm actually playing this season outside of playing for that Super Bowl individually. I'm playing for that trip to Hawaii.
For sure. Yeah, I feel you on that. So you did make a Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Any stories from that? Now, you were in Hawaii.
Yeah, I was in Hawaii.
I mean, were there guys wilding out? Was you one of them?
Hey, man.
What was going on out there?
I think back now and I say, damn, you know, I banked on going to 2 or 3 more times.
You should have gone to 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, you know, and I got snubbed a few times, and I'm not going to sit there and do it.
No, well, let's sit there and do it. Tanner, that's politics, is it not?
It is political. It is political. It's a popularity, you know, a contest, and you know, before I even made my first Pro Bowl, I noticed that. I found that out early in my career. 2002, I was a second alternate as a punt returner. I don't think no one else ran more punts back that year than me. Who
was in front of you? Let's call him by name.
Well, actually, me and my teammate was both 1 and 2 alternates. My teammate was Chad Morton. He ran He ran back kick returns, and he was an alternate, which I should have thought. I would have thought he would have been a shoo-in.
Should have been the guy.
You know what I mean? So someone else went in front of us. I forgot. The next year, I was an alternate again as a receiver now. A first alternate as a receiver. I had 1,100 yards, my first, 1,000-yard receiving. I actually didn't play until week 4. Didn't start until week 4. Still had 10 tugs, 1,100-some yards. I remember Ty Law and Rodney Harrison coming to me saying, hey, bro, we voted for you. You got snubbed. And it made me feel good because I remember the game when Wayne Corbett told me that was a Pro Bowler. You're a Pro Bowler this year. I got hit in the mouth by Rodney, playing in New England, across the middle. Vinny threw me one out there. And it was funny to me because here I am, a young pup at the time, and that was the play that defined me. That was the play that said, well, this guy can't just stretch the field. He will also take hits.
The middle.
And Rodney couldn't believe it. And I remember when we played him again, seeing those guys twice a year, Ty Law, Rodney, you name it, T-Buck. T-Buck came over to us later.
He's a good player.
He came over later in 2004, and he told me stories about getting ready to play me. He's like, man, Ty Law would tell me, man, you falling him off this week, man. That joker run all day. So just to know that those guys had recognized I had arrived and I didn't get a chance to go. I was an alternate. I was hoping for a guy to say, man, I want to sit this one out so I can go. It was unfortunate that I didn't get a chance to go. But when I finally went in 2005, it was joy. It was
overdue, right?
It was overdue, and I made it. Look, I had more fun before the game itself because I was that kind of guy, man. I made sure all my family and friends got a chance to experience it.
That's what's up.
My story, I got a good story. So my story about that 2005 Pro Bowl. As soon as I get there, guys have already warned me. So me and Adrian James on the trip together, we going. He's in the AFC still. Now I'm in the NFC. We boys from Miami. We done roomed together before, in hotels getting ready for games in college. We also just been close buddies. In every offseason, we always found ourselves at his condo getting ready to go out and spend our nights out of town. But I remember getting ready to go. We went to the Super Bowl that year in Detroit, and then we flew over to Cali. We went to a party. Jamie Foxx had a Super Bowl party.
What?
Chill with Jamie. It was an experience of a lifetime. Chill with Jamie. I met Jamie. He shared with me his being a Cowboy fan, and how I ruined his night.
Cowboy killer.
How I ruined his night and stuff. And we just had a good time. And then here we are off to Hawaii from Cali. We wanted to make our trip a little shorter.
Right.
So he telling me like, hey, bro, when you get over here, guys, don't give guys your room number because, guys are going to ask you what room you're in. All the rookies, all the first-year guys, they're going to try to build stuff to your room. And you can't protest it. Once it's on your room, it's on your room. They're going to charge you for it. So I remember first getting over there, and I meet Peyton, and Peyton like, hey, man, what's up, man? And Peyton showed me so much love, and he was like, man, just what do you think if I got you, Marvin, and Reggie, and you my slot guy? And I'm sitting there like, man, Peyton, that would be some unbelievable stuff. But I'm okay. That's how I felt because that's my first year with the Redskins, and I'm a Pro Bowler.
Yeah,
so
Peyton, don't be tampering.
I felt like years removed from that day. I'm like, well, damn, Peyton, you should tamper a little more because I'm not getting no love over here. But
I still think you'd be better with Brady. That's just me.
No, I love my skin. So, hey, I was cool with taking, less and giving more. But, so Peyton said, hey, so what's your room number, 10? I want to come, give you a holler. And I'm like, man, I ain't giving you my damn room number. So, long story short, I had my boys in town. I had Bo, you name it. I had my cousin G. I had so many folks. I had my little brother, Lloyd. My family came up, but my guys was with me every day. I had one of my roommates from college who was also a teammate of mine in high school and Little League, Devin Brown. And so my boys was like one of those guys, and you met most of them.
Yeah.
If you my boy, then you they boy.
No doubt.
They rock with you if you rock with me. So something happened over there when, I wasn't around, but someone's family, one of the players' family member got into a scuffle or got into altercation. And my boys were there for the rescue. They like, hey, we don't know them, but we know them.
Yeah.
So it ain't finna go down that way.
Right.
Everything got solved and handled. Then that player and his bodyguard or what may have it popped up, and the bodyguard kind of pushed my boys to the side as if they were a part
of it.
So my boy was like, man, so they looked at the guy like, you supposed to vouch for us.
Yeah,
we
you saw.
We 10 of people, and he kind of acted the same. So my boys didn't like that. They didn't like that. And so when I come back and meet up with them, every day was every morning we started off, I would be at practice. I would get out of practice around noonish, and them guys are already by the pool. Everybody drinking Mai Tais, just having a good time. That was every day at the Pro Bowl. Yeah. And so one particular day, I believe after that little thing, went down, they like, Tan, don't worry about, putting it on your room. We got you. So I'm thinking like, man, somebody stepped up and said they'll take their front the bill. So I'm like, I appreciate y'all, man. So every day they just laughing at me, and we just, hey, tell me what you want. You want something more? You want some wings? You want some more Mai Tai? They just ordering up stuff, and we leaving. One of the guys get it, and they scratch off, boom. So I'm like, damn, these boy came through for you, boy. I ain't got to spend no more money on them. You know what I'm saying? And so as the Pro Bowl thins out and the game is over with, we back to Miami. And so one of them was like, yeah, man. So it's a joke that been going on the whole weekend that you don't know of the whole week. So I'm like, what kind of joke? He say, Tanner, So you remember how you told us that don't get nobody the room number because the guy's gonna try to bill
charge.
It was like, well, that player shouldn't have tried us like that, man, because we built everything in his room.
They found out his room number. Good for them.
Hey, man, so I'm sitting there like, oh, y'all off the. They say, look, hey, it ain't our bad. They should have asked us what our name.
I can't wait till this show is over so I can find out what player this is.
They had his signature down and everything, so it was crazy, man. But that's what happens in the Pro Bowl. He wasn't the first or the last that probably got that done to him. But oh well, I mean, I was thinking about this story when I was coming. I was like, well, damn, that player might find. I'm like, that was 10 of guys.
Hey, statute of limitations has passed now.
Too late.
He didn't say
now,
your name
buddy.
either. He didn't say your name, so you can't even say nothing.
He might know, but I
probably
knows.
He probably definitely. He waiting to see your ass.
Hey man, it's all
hey, when
good.
you see him in an event, just be ready. He might want that smoke.
He can have smoke all he wants. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Hey, Tanner, how come I had to become friends with you late in the 2000s, man? I could have been in Hawaii.
Yeah, man.
Damn it.
I was one of those guys, man. If I'm experiencing it, you need to experience this too.
Man, can I do a write-in vote for Tanner to make the Pro Bowl? Can we get some type of? Is there something we can do? Roger Goodell, holla at me. Let's get Tanner back in the Pro Bowl. Grammy recap: 2 artists that are close to Clinton Yates, Childish Gambino and Cardi B. They won every damn thing. So we'll start with you, Clinton. Your thoughts of 2 of your favorite artists right now.
Quickly, I read a tweet from my man Van that said that Offset is like a bad minor, but what did he say? A minor market team trying to hold on to a big superstar.
What?
This dude Offset shows up at every single moment Cardi tries to get and ruins it. Like I don't know what. Cardi got all the awards. You see all the pictures. This man is just standing here.
Hey.
And I'm like, what are you doing?
He's the Ike to her Tina.
Come on, man. So that's just the first thing about what happened on the night that we crowned Belle Calice as the queen.
Get it right.
Number 2. I've been rocking with her since well before Love and Hip Hop, since she was just on the gram.
Just talking trash.
Her come up is one of the most excellent things we've seen in America in the last 10 years. You talked about the Kardashians before. Yeah. I've said all the time, the Kardashians are the most important family in the history of American television because the way they went about their business. But when you talk about the American dream,
Cardi B.
And Cardi B,
I'm mad Clinton has bullet points for all this.
She's here breaking people off on Twitter about her politics. Her AP history teacher broke somebody down on Facebook talking about she was great in this class in high school. She's smart, y'all. Yeah. Don't let the nails and all the noise fool you.
Did her thing.
And she's got bangers.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's that.
Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino. I'm glad he won for that song. I wrote a story about that song, This Is America, in the video and how much it affected me as a black person in America. You can go read that on The Undefeated if you like, but I was glad to see him get that award for that. He's a guy that's been mainstream for a very, very long time. And so for him to get an award for something that was very much not mainstream, I think was good for him and good for sort of the creative world on the whole. But yeah, man, get out of Cardi's mentions, Offset.
I asked this question, though. So you like both of these artists, Childish Gambino, the actor or the artist, the rap artist?
Who do you like more? Donald Glover?
I like the actor a lot.
Donald Glover is that dude to me. Like he's a great actor.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, I'm not even huge on Childish Gambino's music, to be very honest. I like him as an actor, but that song was his magnum opus, and it really hit me hard.
It was.
I agree.
When I talk about the Cardi B thing, and I'm, I don't want to say nothing wrong, but my man might
I didn't mean to pop off, y'all.
No,
I
you
didn't mean
good.
to pop off.
I appreciate it. Honestly, I just, trust me, her come up has been one of those things that you actually got a chance to see it transform. You actually got a chance to sit here and say, this girl went from cussing and fussing through IG and doing her thing, what she did at them strip clubs or whatever you might call it, got her bag, however she had to get it, and now she's a star. She's the first woman to win Best Album over, to me, I thought was a men's sport. We just thought years ago, it was 2 or 3 years ago when we said it was no longer women rappers, but Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? This rap world wasn't allowing women to come back into
She harder than the dudes, bro.
And to see her be the first one, I don't know if I'm to the point to where I think that I should applaud or say, is the rap game that watered down now. You know, when it comes to, I mean, it seemed a little odd. I praise her because I saw where she come from.
Right.
I praise her also because even though you talked about Offset saying that he's like Ike Turner standing next to her. Look, I'm a big fan of Migos.
I am too.
I love the Migos, and I think Offset might be one of the best rappers in that group. So I understand where it comes in, and I actually like what they have going on. It's weird, you know. I just saw a couple of videos some months ago where he was just trying to get her back, and now they back like nothing.
That's what I'm saying. He's out here ruining her moments.
He's messing it
up.
But
just to see that, just to see where she's at, where she come from, you know, you have to applaud her. You have to applaud her because she actually, basically what we just talked about, like he just said about who he's become, you know, with his game and what he does for a living. You're basically giving these kids a chance to see that you can be whatever you want to be, as long as you put your mind to it, as long as you put the work behind it. And she did that. She's shown that. I laughed and I kind of, you know, applaud her when I watched her performance that night.
Right.
Yep.
I'm like, here's somebody that went out there, and this is proof that you can do anything you put your mind to.
That big stage.
Because she went out there and owned that at the Grammys, which is hard, you know?
Yeah, it's not an
it's
easy
a hard
stage.
thing to do. It's not an easy stage. So to see her go out there and own it, to see her go out there and now to me to look at her as, yeah, you're a rapper, Cardi B.
Right.
Regardless of what they said
She's
you
a
was.
star.
Yep.
Regardless of what that little stuff come out your mouth that I'd be like, man, somebody need to mute her at times. At times, because sometimes you be like, boy, what is she talking about? She's a star.
Yes, she
She's
is.
a star in her own right, and I applaud her. I think, you know, she can put that trophy up and say, I need more, because that should manifest a lot more out of you. Make sure that you don't get complacent and say, hey, you know, I'm not satisfied with that.
Here's the you, Cardi B. Oh,
before I went to Dallas for the Miami game, I was traveling to Hagerstown, Maryland, for this thing they had going on there, bringing awareness to prescription drugs and heroin abuse. I went there to, you know, be a supportive, you know, face for the community and just try to bring some awareness to the situation. And, you know, for anyone who's up here in the Leesburg area, they might know this better than anyone else, but on 15, whether you're going south or north, at a certain time of the day, traffic is bananas. And I was traveling north on 15, and I was literally sitting in traffic about an hour before I decided to say, let me back out of this thing and go a different route. So I typed in on my Waze, and it showed me a different route. I had to go towards, like I was going towards West Virginia to get there. And so I did that. But I think the time of me spending that time in that car, and it was early in the day. I had just had lunch and just worked out before that. I worked out, had lunch, and now I'm sitting in the car getting ready to go to Hagerstown and show my face to support this cause. And I got a little tired. Because normally I'm taking a nap around that time of the day. You know, if I'm not working or doing anything, normally after I work out and have my lunch, I take a little quick nap. And I think that clock went off in me and said, hey, you're not doing nothing, so you should be napping.
Right.
Here I am riding to Hagerstown. I found the back cut, and I'm riding, and then I'm scared as crap because I'm telling myself to either roll my window down and let the fresh air hit my face, or blast the music, or call someone and talk to them.
Yeah.
Just so I can stay up.
Pep you up.
And I was literally finding myself, you know, nodding.
Damn.
I'm nodding. And I'm like, man, Tanner, stay up. So just before I said that to myself for the last time, I found myself in a dream, and I didn't know at the time what was going on. And all I knew, I woke about this dream, and I'm going off the road.
Come on, bro.
And it was a rail. And it's an L, but it wasn't an L. It was an L to my car, but my life was spared. I was literally driving off the road into nothing because I was on a cliff. And when I saw the rail, I swerved quick, and I just scraped the whole side of my Suburban up. And, you know, me being who I am, I was like, my car up, I'm pissed off. But, man, my life was spared. And I'm sitting there like, man, I literally was up the rest of the trip. Like, man, I was probably 5 or 10 minutes down the road from where my destination was at.
They say you get more relaxed the closer you get to your destination.
And I'm like, man, the whole entire ride, I was nodding and telling myself to, you know, snap out of it. And now I get halfway there. And now I want to.
You told yourself you was there.
Yeah,
pretty
so
much.
that was my first sale, and
Hold up. For the first time in Taking L history, we're going to turn that L to a damn dub.
Yes,
That's
Lord.
a win because we still got Santana Moss here living with us. Because I'm telling you right now, in them mountains, it was a wrap for you, brother. Had you gone off that rail,
bro, that man
it was a wrap.
That man was with me, and I said to myself, you know what? F this car, F this truck. I'm here to talk about it.
Man.
And
you got insurance.
It was funny because I ended up going to the function and I spoke, about the cause, and I'm sitting here saying to myself, like, none of this would happen if I went off that cliff, man. Like, I literally put it behind me quick, immediately. I wanted to forget about it. But trust me, I thought about it the entire weekend. Like, man, I literally was about to go off a cliff because I was exhausted. And it made me come to the conclusion of saying, hey, I might need someone just to take me places when I'm going on these little different functions, trips and stuff across town. Because regardless of what I do and how I like to do it myself, at times, man, that could happen,
You can call me next time. I say, hey, Tanner, wake your ass up. All right, look, Santana Moss Show podcast. We're on everything. Everything? Everything. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. Go get that thing.
Google Play.
Yeah, y'all.
It's a Santana Moss Show. Number 89, hustle all the time. Travis on the right, hot mic on the left. Every single